Hello, my beautiful friends. Desiree here, and welcome back to Dansique Fitness. Thank you so much for joining me today for this 45-minute Pilates class. I got you guys covered. We're really going to work the entire body. We're going to stretch, we're going to strengthen, we're going to sculpt long, lean dancer muscles, and we even have a little cardio at the end to really get that heart rate up and burn calories and fat. Let's get started. Sitting up nice and tall, take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to scoop the belly, tuck the tail around the back, and drop the head down. Let's roll up sequentially through the spine, sitting up nice and tall, and we'll let the head just drop back. Inhale back to center, and exhale again. Scoop the belly, tuck the tail, around the back, drop the head down. And rolling up sequentially through the spine, stack the shoulders on top of the hips, and let that head go back. Good. Bring the head back to center. Let's release the arms again. Inhale as you exhale, scoop, tuck, take it back. Good. Let's hold it here, and we're just going to float the arms up and lower back down. Good. So that core is really engaged. We're just moving the arms. Make sure when the arms come up by your ears that you keep those shoulders down. Nice long neck. Continue breathing. Good. Let's bring the arms back to center, and we'll roll up through the spine to sit up nice and tall. And again, inhale. Exhale, scoop, tuck, take it about halfway back or maybe further this time. We're going to take a twist to the right and arc the arms up and around. Exhale, twist. Inhale, up and around. Exhale, twist. Bring it around. Good. Again, keeping those shoulders down, especially when you lift the arms up. Let's go one more time in this direction. Arms come back to center, and now we reverse the circle. Good. Arc the arms up and around. Take a twist. Up and around. Nice. Good. Arms come back to center and sit up nice and tall. Let's lengthen the legs out. Inhale through the nose and just exhale over those legs. Flex the feet. Grab those toes if you can. If not, just place the hands on the shins. And now we're going to just make a nice flat back. Good. Feel a nice stretch in the hamstrings, the calves, the Achilles. Drop the head down, and then we'll roll back up to sit up nice and tall. Let's lengthen the arms out. Scoop the belly again. Inhale, exhale. Take it about halfway back or maybe even further this time. And we're just going to do tiny pulses down towards our mat. So it's a very teeny tiny movement, but boy, does this burn. Good, friends. Keep breathing naturally. Let's hold it here, and now we're going to slice the arms. So one arm goes up, one arm goes down. Again, keeping the shoulders down, chest open and wide. And let's start again. Pulse it down. Good. Stay in control of the movement. Beautiful. And again, we hold it here, just the arms slice. One up, one down. Really feel that nice opposition in the arms. Beautiful. And we'll sit up nice and tall. Good. Flex those feet, and let's exhale over the legs. Once again, drop the head down nice and heavy. Grab those toes if you can. And we make a nice flat back. Good. And release the head down once again. Let's roll up through the spine, and guess what? We're going to repeat that sequence once again. Inhale, exhale to roll back. Try to take it back a little bit further this time to really challenge your core. And we pulse down. Good. So we're just breathing naturally here. Make sure you're never holding the breath. Good. Try to keep length in both legs. And we hold, slice the arms. Good. Nice long neck. Arms reaching away from one another in opposition. And we'll Start it up again. Pulse it down. Very nice. Stick with me. We're almost there. And slice those arms, neck long, chest open and wide. Keep breathing. Think happy thoughts. Good. Arms come back to center and sit up tall. You did it. All right. Take a nice stretch over the legs once again. Hopefully those hamstrings are starting to feel a little bit more stretched. And we make that flat back. Good. And release the head back down. Beautiful. Let's roll up through the spine to sit up nice and tall, and we'll take another little stretch, this time in our butterfly position. Feet together, knees apart, and just round the back forward, dropping the head down again nice and heavy. Take some nice deep breaths here. Really try to push those knees down to the floor as much as you can. And we'll sit up nice and tall. And now let's add a little twist. So grab the toes with the left hand, reaching back with the right fingertips. Really root those sit bones, and we lift up tall as we twist right. Good. Bring the body back to center, and we'll twist the other way. So we're really twisting from the waist. Beautiful. Sitting up nice and tall, no slouching. And bring the body back to center. Beautiful work, my friends. Let's lengthen those legs out once again. And we're going to take it back down to our mat. Legs long, arms long, scoop the belly, inhale, exhale, tuck the tail under. We take it about halfway back, and now I want you to bend your arms so you're propping yourself up on the forearms. Again, shoulders stay down. See if you can just release the right arm. There's no shifting, there's no twisting of any kind. And then we lift that arm up, back to center, and open. Back to center. Good. This is so much harder than it looks, isn't it? Keep going, my friends. This is a great one for the core. You really have to engage to make sure that nothing else is moving but that arm. Good. And let's lower that arm back down. Do a little check. Make sure you're right in the center. Core engaged. Don't twist. Release the left arm. And now we float that left arm up. And open. Good. Think of really pushing the floor away with that opposite arm. We don't want that shoulder coming up. Also pushing that left shoulder down as well. Chest open wide. Keep breathing. Long neck. And bend that arm back down. Beautiful. Okay, here's the fun part. Release both arms together. Don't move anything else. Hold it. Breathe. Think happy thoughts. Good. Stay, stay, stay. And we'll lower all the way back down to the mat. Beautiful. Let's continue the arc with the arms and go right into our roll up. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Tuck the chin to the chest. Imagine like someone is pulling you forward. Exhale, peel the spine off the mat as you round over the legs, nose to the knees. And nice and smoothly, we'll take it back down, bone by bone by bone by bone, shoulders, neck, head. Continue the arc with the arms, and up again. Inhale. Exhale, round it over. Good. Inhale, start rolling back. And exhale to continue the arc with the arms. Beautiful, my friends. 2 more. Try to keep it nice and smooth. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Tuck the chin to the chest. Peel the spine off the mat bone by bone. Exhale, round over the legs. Good. Inhale, scoop the belly, tuck the tail, start rolling back. Exhale to finish, and we have 1 more. Stay in control. Try to keep the movement as smooth as possible. Good. Round over the legs. And really scoop the belly, tuck the tail, bone by bone by bone by bone. And relax down. Nice work. All right, friends, let's just sweep those arms by our sides. And we're going to hug both knees into the chest, rock the knees side to release any tension in the back. And if you need to, you can also rock the head side to side to release any tension in the neck. All right. Let's go into our double leg stretch. First, the arms reach back and circle around, and then we include the legs and circle around. Good. So just the arms reaching back, circle around, hands go back to the shins, and then the arms and legs are reaching in opposition, circle around back to the legs. Good. Reaching back, circle around, including the legs in opposition. Circle it around. Good, my friends. So when we're doing this exercise, really think of imprinting your spine. We don't want the back to arch. So you're always pushing your spine down into the mat. If you feel like your back is arching, you're probably lowering your legs too far to the floor. So in that case, don't lower them that far. We want to keep that spine pushing down into our mat and not arching. So we're really, really working the entire core. Good. Circle it around. Very nice. All right, let's relax the shoulders, the neck, the head back down. Give the knees a nice gentle rock side to side to release the back. And of course, if you need to, rock the head side to side as well to release the neck. We're going into our single leg stretch this time. So both hands on the right shin. Left leg lengthens out and we change. And change. Good. Very nice, my friends. So we're really pulling the knee into the chest as tight as we can while the other leg lengthens away from us in opposition. Good. So really lengthen that extending leg straight out in front. Make it as long as you can. Energy shooting out of the toes. Nice work, everyone. Hug the knees into the chest, relax the head back down, and rock those knees side to side. All right, we're going to take that sequence one more time, starting with our double leg stretch. Peel the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Arms just reach back first, circle around, and then we include the legs reaching in opposition. Good. Be mindful of that spine. Make sure it is pressing against the mat the whole time. We don't want that back to arch. Good. And extend, reaching long. Circle the arms around. Bring it in. Beautiful. Reach it back. Circle around. Arms and legs together. And bring it in. Good, my friends. Keep breathing. Keep going. Almost there. Stay strong. Beautiful. And again, arms. Circle around. Legs and arms. Circle, bring it in. And arms. And around. Legs and arms. And circle around. Very nice. All right. Take a little break. Relax the head down. Rock the knees side to side. Rock the head side to side. And let's go into our single leg stretch one more time. Both hands on the right shin. Peel the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat nice and high. And here we go, lengthening the left leg out. And change. Good. Really bring that knee into the chest as best as you can. If you have any sort of knee problems, instead of placing your hands on your shin, you're going to place your hands on the back of the thigh. That way you're not bending your knee quite as much and putting any strain on it. Good. Think about the opposition. Think about the length. Think about the breath. No tension in the upper body. Space between the shoulders and the ears. And relax down. All right. You made it. Rock the knees side to side. Rock the head side to side. And next up, we have our ballet beats. One of my favorite exercises. So I want you to place your hands on either side of your tailbone, and this is just a great modification to use so we don't arch the back. We're going to externally rotate the legs, cross one leg in front of the next. We'll peel the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, and we just open and beat the legs and change as we lower down and lift the legs back up. So legs keep beating lower down, beat back up, beat down, down, down. Beat up, 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 and beat down, down, down. Good. And and up, up, up. Beautiful. Keep it going. Keep those legs strong. Maintain the external rotation. Quick little beats down, quick little beats up. Good. This is great for your external rotators. And of course, we're working the core. Beautiful. Stay strong. Keep breathing. And bring the knees in and relax the head down. Good work. All right, my friends, let's place the feet flat on the floor. And we're just going to go into our butterfly stretch. So just open those knees to the side. You can place both hands on the inner thigh. Just take some nice deep breaths here. Good. And now let's fix our feet so they're not in the sickled foot position. Point the toes, pick the heels off the floor, arms reach in front. We're going to curl the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, and we're going to pulse here. Good. Make sure the pulse is really happening within the core and you're not just pulsing your head. Good. Hold it here. We're going to reach the arms back, and we swing them forward as we open those legs to the side into our center straddle split. Good. This is a great stretch and strengthen exercise. Beautiful. Bring the arms back to center and repeat. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Good. Toes are pointed. Keep those heels off the mat. Arms reach back and swing forward. Split the legs. Toes go down. Split the legs. Toes down. And split. Nice. And split. Beautiful. Arms come back to center. And we'll bring those knees in. Hug the legs. Relax the shoulders, the neck, the head back down, and rock the knee side to side. Good work, friends. All right, next up we have our shoulder bridge series. So now we're really going to target on the buns and the thighs. Feet flat on the floor, legs hip width apart, arms by your side. Lift those hips off the floor into your shoulder bridge. Beautiful. And we're just going to go into our little pulses. So we're really squeezing those buns, lifting the hips up and lowering down a little bit. So we're not going all the way down to the floor. We're working in a very tiny range. But we're really squeezing those buns, so you should be feeling the burn. Good. Let's lower all the way back down to the mat now. We're going to curl up and go into our oblique bends. So we're bending to the right, trying to touch the right heel with the right fingertips. Left heel with the left fingertips. I would exhale on each one of these bends. It'll help you bend that little extra bit. This is a great one for the obliques. Good. And we'll lower the body back down into the center. And now replace the heels with the balls of the feet. So now the heels are off the mat. Again, we're going to lift the hips back up into our shoulder bridge. Reach the fingertips to the sky to challenge our balance even more. And we go into those pulses. Good. So now we're adding the calf muscles into the equation here. This is a great exercise for the buns, the quads, the hamstrings, the calves, really sculpting the buns and the legs. Good. Let's open the knees as we open the arms. So we're keeping those heels off the mat. We open the knees to the side and then really squeeze the legs together. Open, squeeze it in. Keep the hips up. Don't let them drop down and keep them level. That's very important. Open, squeeze them in, and open, and squeeze them in. Good. Great for the inner and outer thighs. Let's roll through the spine, bone by bone by bone by bone. And we'll take a nice little hamstring stretch here. So lengthen up those legs. If you can grab your toes and flex the feet, that's great. If not, you could just place your hands behind your calves or your thighs. Curl the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat if you'd like. Good. This stretch should feel amazing. And let's open the legs to our center straddle split. This is a great stretch for those inner thighs. Good, nice deep breaths. And we'll close the legs back in. Reach for those toes if you can. Beautiful. All right, let's grab that right leg and we're going to go into our scissors. So we slice the legs. Beautiful. Again, legs are reaching long, energy shooting out of the toes, and they're really reaching in opposition. There's so much opposition in Pilates, just like in ballet. Good. And now we go into our helicopters. One of my favorites. We pass through that center straddle split. Open, grab the left. And open, grab the right. Beautiful. And let's go back into those scissors. Keep breathing. Stick with me. You can always place your shoulders, neck, and head back down on the mat if you need a little break, but just try to keep the legs moving. Good. Energy in the legs. And now we open, grab the left. Try to make this movement nice and smooth. Open, grab the right. Good. Shoulders down. Make sure you have space between your shoulders and your ears at all times. Beautiful. And we'll hug those knees into the chest. Relax the head down. Rock the knees side to side. Good work, my friends. All right, place the hands behind the thighs. Give yourself a little rock back so you can pull yourself up. How are you feeling so far? We're more than halfway done. We're going to flip over onto the bellies and we're going to work on the back of the body a little bit more. So let's open the legs about the width of the mat, open the hands about the width of the mat, and let's just push up into a beautiful back extension. So this is a great stretch for the back, and you also get to stretch out those abdominals, which we've been working so hard on. We'll lower the body back down nice and gently, and just place hand on top of hand. You can rest your forehead on your hands, or you can prop yourself up. Right leg floats up and lowers down, and same thing left. And then we're going to try both legs together. Float up and lower down. Good. Let's try that once again. Left leg up, right leg up, and both legs up. Good. Think about that belly button pulling in and up to the spine to protect your back. Keep going with this. This is a great one for the backs of the legs, the glutes, the core. Good. And let's try one more set. So don't just think of lifting the leg up. Think of lifting the leg up and out. It's all about that length. Nice work. Okay, let's get the upper body going as well. So arms are open about the width of the mat. Your face is sort of just hovering the mat. You can rock the hips side to side quickly just to release the back. And let's have the palms facing down towards the floor. Engage the core, belly button in and up as you lift up into your back extension. Lower down with control. And again, reaching up and out. And down with control. Good. Imagine like someone has your hands and they're lifting you up and pulling you out. Beautiful. And let's go for one more. Good. Hold it here. Sweep the arms behind. And now we squeeze those buns. Lift the legs up. We're going to stay. Good. Keep thinking about that belly button in and up. And now we just sweep the arms forward and then sweep them back. Good. Try not to move anything else. Just the arms are moving here. This is a great stretch and strengthen for all my dancers out there. Good. And let's close all the limbs in and open. Close them in, open. In and open. In and open. Good. Keep the gaze at the mat. Keep breathing. Core engaged. Belly button in and up. Good. Think about the length. Think about the opposition. We're almost there. Open, close, and we'll relax it down. Nice work, my friends. Okay, close the legs in together. Let's take a nice little break and push back into our child's pose. And take some nice deep breaths. Good job, everyone. All right, we're going to lower the body back down to the mat, and guess what? We get to repeat that sequence one more time. So legs open about the width of the mat, arms open, push the floor away. Hopefully your back extension feels a little bit stronger, a little bit more flexible. Good, and we lower the body back down. Okay, let's see if we can increase our range of motion this time around. Belly button in and up, hand on top of hand. Forehead down or prop yourself up, and we float the right up, lower down, left up, lower down, and now both legs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those buns, and lower down. Beautiful. Left leg up, lower down, right leg up, lower down. Both legs lengthening out and down with control. And right, take it down, and left. Very nice. Both legs squeeze. Good. And last set, left and right. And both. Energy shooting out of the toes. Beautiful work. All right. Arms open about the width of the mat. Turn the palms down to face the floor. Rock the hips side to side if you need to release the back. And here we go, lifting up into our beautiful back extension. Belly button in and up. Someone has those hands. They're pulling you up and out. And lower down. And lift up and reach out. And lower down. Good. Try to keep the legs down on the mat. It's just the upper body here. And reaching up and out. Stay, sweep the arms, try to lift up even higher this time. And now we squeeze those buns, engage the hamstrings, legs float off the floor, legs stay still, just the arms, sweep forward and back. Sweep forward and back. Good. Think about the space between the shoulders and the ears, no tension in the upper body. Good. Try not to move the legs. And everything closes and opens. Close and open. Close and open. Squeeze in, open. Good. Keep going. Keep breathing. Almost there. Finish strong. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Almost there. And you are finished. Good. Relax it down. Close the legs in and push back into your child's pose. All right, hopefully that whole sequence felt a little easier the second time around. Take some nice deep breaths here. Relax the upper body, head drop down nice and heavy. Okay, let's come out to our tabletop position. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders, spine is in neutral. We're going to go for our cat-cow. So we exhaled around the back, nice and high, scoop the belly. Inhale back to neutral, and exhale, reverse your curve. Tailbone and chin go to the sky. Inhale, center, exhale, round the back. Inhale, center, and reverse the curve. Very nice. And adjust back to neutral, core engaged. We're going to release the right leg and the left arm. Try not to shift or twist. And we tap down and up. And 2. And 3. And last one, 4. Good. Keep that core engaged. Lower down with control. And here we go, opposite side, right arm, left leg, tap down and up. Good. Center stays nice and still. Nothing moves, just that leg and arm. Good. And lower back down with control. Beautiful, my friends. Let's tuck those toes under, and we're going to push back into our downward facing dog position. Good. Feel a nice stretch in the backs of the legs. And then we lift those heels up and lower down. Lift up and lower down. So these are our elevates. Good. So knees stay nice and straight. We're just pushing the floor away. And then lowering the heels back down with control. Don't crash down. Beautiful. lift up, lower down, lift up, lower down, and let's come back to our tabletop position. Make any adjustments here, spine in neutral, hands under the shoulders. We tuck the toes under, lifting the shins off the mat, and now we step out to our high plank and step back in. Now lead with the left, out, step in, good. Keep that booty down, no cheating. In, step out, and in. Keep going, friends. Good. Keep the gaze at the mat. Keep breathing. Strong arms beneath you. Stepping strong with those legs. Booty down, core engaged. And out. In. Very nice. Let's push back once again into that downward dog position and keep walking the hands back towards the feet. We're going to open the legs about the width of the mat. Cross the arms, and I just want you to let your body swing side to side like a pendulum. This should feel so nice. Good. Just really swing it out. And let's place the left hand on the floor, reaching up, twisting with that right arm. Lower back down, and same thing, reach up with the left, open the chest. Good. And lower that hand back down. Beautiful work. Take your time as you sequentially roll up through the spine, bone by bone. Stack the shoulders on top of the hips. Okay. Up next, we're going to go into our side series. We're going to be on our knees for this one, so feel free to fold your mat a few times if you need a little bit more cushion on those knees. If not, let's prop ourselves up on our left hand, left knee. Right leg is out to the side. Good. Right hand on the hip. Both legs are in the parallel position, and we're going to lift that leg up and lower down with control. So you want the knee to the working leg to be facing the wall in front of you, not the ceiling. We don't want to externally rotate that leg. It remains in the parallel position. Hold the leg up, flex the foot. I want you to try to attach your heel to your bottom. Good. So this is a nice hamstring curl. Keep breathing. Keep that core engaged. And now we point the toe, lengthen the leg out and arm, and we're just going to pulse that leg up. Woo! Keep breathing. I know this one burns. Great one for the outer thighs. Hold it here, and now we crunch in the knee and elbow. So we want to try to keep the arm and leg parallel to the floor as much as possible. Good. We're almost there. Stick with me. In and out. In and out. And hold. And relax it down. Good job. All right. Pat out that hip. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Don't worry. We will stretch this out after we repeat it on the left leg. Here we go. Abs engaged. Stack the shoulders, stack the hips. And now we lift that left leg up and down. Good. Make sure it stays in that parallel leg position. Stay in control. Don't just fling the leg up and drop it down. Now we flex the foot. Heel reaches for the bottom. Hamstring curl. Beautiful. Lengthen the leg and the arm, and we pulse the leg up. Good, everyone. I know it burns, but you got to push through it. Come on, you can do it. Pulse, pulse, pulse. And now we go knee to elbow. Try to keep the arm and leg parallel to the floor as much as you can. Don't externally rotate that leg. Good. Almost there. Stay strong. Come on. In and out. Stay. and relax down. Okay, don't worry. I am feeling the burn with you guys. Pat it out, and let's give a nice little stretch here. All right, swing those legs around in front of you. We're going to bend the left leg, cross the right leg over the left, and we're going to twist to the right. Good. So you should really feel this on the outside of that right hip. Deep breaths here. Good. Very nice, my friends. And let's change legs. Left leg on the top, so we twist left. Okay, friends, I hope you are feeling amazing. We are almost done. I like to finish with a little cardio. So I have a wonderful little plank combination followed by a teaser combination. It's not a Pilates class if we don't do some sort of plank or some sort of teaser variation. So that's how we're going to finish. We're going out with a bang. So let's start in our plank position. So we'll start first in our tabletop, and we are going to tuck the toes under, lengthen out the legs, keep that booty down so we're in a nice, beautiful high plank position. From here, right toes tap out and in, left toes out and in, again right out and in, left out and in, bend the knees, jump to a turned out ballet second position, and we just plie squat down. Tailbone shoot straight down to the floor, knees over the toes. This is a great one for those quads. Hands go down, shoot the legs back out, and let's repeat. Toes tap out and in and left and in and right and in and left. Very good. Bend the knees. Jump it in. Legs externally rotate. Get that tailbone down. Shoulders are stacked right on top of the hips, and we pulse it down. Belly button in and up. Keep breathing. Nice work, my friends. Hands go down. Shoot those legs out. We have 2 more sets. Tap out and in. Out and in. Booty stays down. Belly button in and up. Bend. Jump it in. Externally rotate the legs, and we pulse it down. 1. And 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Hands down. Shoot those legs out. Last set. Make this the best one yet. Here we go. Tap out and in. 2, 3. Last one. 4. Bend the knees and jump it in. Turn out the legs. Stack the shoulders on top of the hips. Pulse it down. Good. Keep breathing. I know it burns. Fight through the burn. Hands down. Shoot the legs out. Beautiful. And let's jump in now. Jump up, donkey. Kick those heels to the bottom. Jump in. Jump up, heels to the bottom. And jump out. Isn't this fun? Keep going, guys. Keep breathing. Jump it in. And jump up, heels to the bottom, lower down. Good. Try to keep the bend of the knees nice and soft. So the landings are nice and soft and controlled. Good. We go 4 more times. Come on, guys. Finish strong. Keep going. Jump it out. Bend the knees, jump in. Jump up, heels to the bottom. Land softly and shoot out. 2 more. In. Jump up, And shoot out. Last one. Make it good. And jump in. Jump up. And jump back out. High plank. Beautiful. Woo! All right. Let's take a break. Push back into your child's pose. Relax the head down. And take some nice deep breaths. Roll up sequentially through the spine, stack the shoulders on top of the hips, and let's do a nice little quad stretch because I don't know about you, but my quads were really burning. So let's stretch it out. Legs are open about hip width. We're going to reach back with one hand, push those hips forward, arch the back. Good. This should feel really nice. Get a good quad stretch, hip flexor, and swing around to the other side. Really push those hips forward as far as you can. Beautiful. And we'll lower the hips back down. All right, friends, we have one more sequence. This is our teaser sequence. So much fun. So let's sit on our mats, and we're going to have the legs nice and long in front of us. We have the arms nice and long in front of us as well, and we're going to scoop the belly, tuck the tail, roll back, bend the knees, and go to your roll over. Let your arms help you. Now place the hands on the lower back as we lift up into our jackknife. Try to make a nice straight line, toes reaching for the sky. Lower the toes back down to the floor with control. Place the arms back down on the mat. And we are going to roll up into our teaser. Good. So this is our seated V position. Hold, hold, hold. And now we lower the fingertips back down to the mat and push it back once again into our roll over. Place the hands on the lower back for assistance. Squeeze those buns, engage the core, reach the toes to the sky, jackknife. Lower the toes back down to the floor with control. Place the arms on the mat and roll it up with control to your teaser. Good. We're going to hold it here. And let's dip it down and lift it up. And down, lift it up. Good. So just go down as far as your core will support. If you can only lower your leg and your upper body a couple inches, that's fine. Work within your strength and flexibility range. Keep breathing. Finish strong. Down, up, and hold. Grab onto the legs if you can. Stay, stay, stay. And lower the legs down with control. Good. Inhale. Give those legs a little shake, and let's exhale over the legs once again. Beautiful job. Relax the head down nice and heavy. Deep breath here. And sequentially rolling up through the spine. Let's place the hands behind the pelvis. And we're going to push up into our reverse plank. Pick the hips up. Legs are long. Arms are strong beneath you. You can let that head just go back. Keep breathing. Good. Stay. And very slowly and controlled, lower the hips back down. Let's bend that right knee. Left arm goes on the outside of that right leg, and we're twisting to the right. And let's change sides, twisting left. Good. And you are complete with this 45-minute intermediate Pilates class. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope all of you really enjoyed this one. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you completed it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me down below. Share this video with your friends, and of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Take care of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.